Have you ever wondered if there's a grand plan for your life? This question has haunted humanity for centuries. We all yearn for meaning, for purpose, and for direction. We seek answers from the world around us, hoping to discern some grand design. And many of us believe that each life, each existence, is part of a larger plan, a divine blueprint drawn up by a higher power. Now imagine for a moment that life is a journey through a dense, sprawling forest. Each of us is a traveler, wandering through this vast wilderness of existence. Some paths are clear, bathed in sunlight and lined with blooming flowers. Other paths are less defined, shrouded in darkness and fraught with obstacles. And then there are those paths that are not immediately visible. They are the unseen paths. These are the routes that seem to appear from nowhere, the ones that we stumble upon when we least expect it. Sometimes they might seem daunting, filled with shadows and uncertainty. But it's often these unseen paths, these unexpected journeys, that lead us to our true destination. Just as a forest is shaped by the invisible hand of nature, we too are shaped by the unseen hand of a higher power. This power guides us even when we feel lost. It leads us even when we can't see the way forward. And it's in these moments of uncertainty, of stumbling and falling, of feeling lost and alone, that we begin to understand the true nature of our journey. We begin to realize that the unseen path is not a detour, it is the route itself. It's a path that has been carefully designed, meticulously planned, and lovingly crafted for each one of us. It's a path that is unique to our journey, to our story, to our purpose. So as we navigate through the dense undergrowth of life, let us remember that every step we take, every decision we make is a part of this grand design. We may not always see the path, we may not always understand the journey, but we can trust in the plan. As we journey through the forest of life, we may not see the path, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Consider the story of two individuals, Sam and Alex. On one hand, we have Sam, a man who seemingly has it all. He lives in a sprawling mansion in the city's posh neighborhood, drives the latest model of a luxury car, and enjoys the finest gourmet meals. Yet there's a certain emptiness that gnaws at him, a void that his materialistic wealth fails to fill. His life, though comfortable, feels unfulfilled, as if he's always chasing after something he can't quite grasp. He has everything he could ever want, but he can't shake off this feeling of being lost. On the other hand, there's Alex. Alex's life is a stark contrast to Sam's. He works 2 jobs just to make ends meet, lives in a modest apartment in a less affluent part of the city, and often has to skip meals to save money. Yet, despite these hardships, there's a spark in his eyes, a sense of purpose that seems to guide him through his toughest days. He faces numerous struggles in his life, yet he never loses his sense of direction or his faith. Here we have 2 men living in the same city, yet leading very different lives. One is surrounded by comfort but feels lost, while the other, burdened with struggles, feels guided. It's a paradox, isn't it? Our lives are a complex tapestry, woven with threads of joy and sorrow, comfort and hardship, fulfillment and emptiness. Yet it's not the threads themselves that define our lives, but how we perceive them and what we make of them. Sam and Alex, with their contrasting lives, are perfect examples of this. So, we're left with a question that has probably crossed your mind as you listen to their stories. Why does Sam, with all his comfort, feel lost, while Alex, despite his struggles, feels guided? Perhaps there is a design to life that we don't readily see. This isn't about a pattern in the stars or some cosmic blueprint, but a more personal, intimate design. A design that is uniquely woven for each and every one of us. Let's think back to our friends, Sam and Alex. Sam, despite his material success, was plagued by an underlying dissatisfaction, while Alex, with his unyielding resilience, found contentment in the face of adversity. Could it be that these experiences, no matter how perplexing or challenging, are part of a greater plan? Consider Sam's dissatisfaction. It wasn't born out of lack, but rather a surplus of everything. A surplus that, paradoxically, left him feeling empty. Was this emptiness a flaw in his life's design? Or was it a necessary part of his journey, a catalyst for him to seek something more profound, something more fulfilling? Now let's turn to Alex. His life was marked by hardship, yet he found a wellspring of strength within himself. Could his resilience be a testament to the design of his life? Was his journey through adversity not a cruel twist of fate, but a path leading him towards growth and wisdom? These are the unseen designs, the hidden plans. They are not always clear to us, not always within our comprehension. We may question, we may doubt, we may even despair. But every experience, every joy, every sorrow, they all converge, intertwining and interweaving into the fabric of our lives. We may see threads of confusion, threads of pain, threads of joy, and wonder how they could possibly come together. But as we step back, as we gain distance and perspective, a larger image begins to appear. An image that is often more beautiful and intricate than we could have ever imagined. Our lives are like tapestries, each thread representing a moment, an experience, a memory. And while we may not understand the placement of each thread in the moment, they all contribute to the overall design. Just as a tapestry's true design is only visible from afar, so too is the plan for our lives. What if Sam and Alex's stories are not yet complete? Let's ponder that for a moment. Life is not a single chapter, but a book filled with pages that turn with the passing of every day. And in the grand book of life, the author is none other than God. His pen doesn't rush, but rather it moves with a divine rhythm, writing a plan that unfolds over time. Let's revisit Sam and Alex. Remember Sam, the one who faced hardship after hardship, and Alex, who seemed to have everything fall into his lap effortlessly? It may have seemed as if their paths were etched in stone, but in truth they were still being written. For Sam, each struggle was not a pitfall, but a stepping stone. Every setback he faced, every tear he shed, was shaping him, molding him into a person of resilience, of unwavering faith. It was through this journey that Sam discovered his true strength. It was through this journey that he found fulfillment, understanding, and a deeper connection with God. As for Alex, his life of ease and comfort was not without its own lessons. The universe was not simply spoiling him, but preparing him. The abundance he experienced was teaching him gratitude, humility, and the importance of giving. It was through his journey that Alex learned the value of blessings and the joy of sharing them with others. You see, the journey and the struggles, the joy and the sorrow, they're all part of the plan. They're not random occurrences, but rather carefully woven threads in the tapestry of our lives. And every thread, no matter how insignificant it may seem, has its place in the grand design. So remember this. The experiences we face, the trials and tribulations, the victories and defeats, they're not mere happenings. They're the brushstrokes of God's master plan, a plan that unfolds over time, filling our lives with purpose and meaning. In the grand design of life, every thread has its place, every experience its purpose. So, what can we learn from Sam and Alex's journeys? Let's take a moment to distill the essence of their experiences. As we examine their paths, we see that each life, every experience, is imbued with a distinct purpose. This purpose may not always be immediately apparent, it may be veiled in the mystery of the unknown, yet it exists, woven into the fabric of our lives. Consider Sam, whose path seemed filled with obstacles. Each hurdle, each setback was a stepping stone, leading him to a deeper understanding of himself and his place in the world. His struggles were not punishments or random acts of a capricious universe. Instead, they were part of a design, a roadmap, guiding him towards growth and self-discovery. And then there's Alex, whose life seemed to flow with ease. Yet beneath the surface, he too had his own set of challenges. His journey too was part of a greater plan, a plan that shaped him, molded him, and enriched his understanding of life. The challenges, the struggles, the moments of doubt and despair are not anomalies. They are not aberrations in an otherwise smooth journey. They are integral parts of the design, the threads that weave the tapestry of our lives. They shape us, they mold us, they make us who we are. Life is not a random series of events, it's a symphony. Each note, each pause, each crescendo is part of a grand composition. You are not an accidental note lost in the cacophony. You are a vital part of the melody, the harmony, the rhythm. So as we navigate the complexities of life, let's remember that each moment, each experience is part of a greater plan. The plan may not always be clear, the path may not always be visible, but it's there, unfolding with each step we take. Remember, just because we can't see the path doesn't mean we're lost. It's all part of the plan.